There it is. Hello, how are we doing? That's the one. I remember last stream was a complete and utter disaster for about 10 minutes. We had I'm just having to edit it now on the fly. It's about 10 minutes of the microphone refusing to work, and it's a complete and utter disaster. But there we go. Hopefully, I don't know why this live chat thing over there seems to always be a complete and utter disaster. Let me give it a very quick look at, and it's very, very strange. Chatterino. Why is it on top chat only? That is the real question. It should be on live chat. I don't understand it at all. It's very irritating. One of those things I'm definitely going to have to figure out for going into 2024. Well, there are many things I'm going to have to look at, but currently apparently there is no top. There is top chat is something which needs to be worked on. Generally, a lot of this layout needs tarting up and stuff like that, but it's one of those things we're going to have to deal with. It's been very hodgepodge, if that is the right word. Couple of streams that we've had, live streams that we've had since I've moved into this house. And obviously we didn't do Christmas streams. So this is the first one back since, before Christmas. So hello there. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. If Christmas is something that you do, I received from I know this microphone thing's in the way. I received a sweet, sweet Leviathan Dreadnought from one of my fabulous brothers. So that will be going towards the battle group and that Contemptor. I also do have another Contemptor. So that is going to be the basis of my Death Guard army that I'm going to be having, or at least working on in 2024. It's only going to be a basic army to start with, and I might see about allying them as just an excuse to paint them some Sons of Horus as well in the future, but one thing at a time. If you like the idea of that, don't forget to smash that like button like it's going out of business. And basically what we're doing is we are going to have a look at some of this nonsense, i.e. when I say nonsense, what I really mean is my channel going into basically what we've done in 2023 and what mostly GW have released in 2023 or stuff like that. So we and while we are waiting for I don't really know if there is going to be a Sunday preview thing for next Saturday. I suspect there is, but until it appears, I just don't know. So let's have a butcher's before. Let me get this set up. Okay, I'm going to scroll down just before I change the thing over. We're going to scroll down. What's up, Jammy? How's it going, you saucy rascal? Happy Sunday? New Year's Eve, indeed, is what it is. I believe that is a technical term. New Year's Eve is the day. New Year's Day is tomorrow. It's an entire new day and an entire new year and an entire new month and week. It is it's a combination that is quite incredible. Let me now just switch. Do I have this? Can I, if I press this button, is this going to work? Yeah, I can do stuff and it works occasionally. Fabulous. Okay, so what I've got here is basically the beginning of last year, beginning of 2023 even, or the end of 2022 if you want to call it that. There's me being an amazing host, basically. Not so bad. Wondering what's going on to get previewed. I don't know. I mean, I expect in 5 minutes we'll open that file up and have a look at it. I honestly don't know. I wish I did know. It'd make life so much easier. At least I could prepare for things. I'm thinking some Horus Heresy stuff, which would always be delicious. Once we've had a look through that, we'll have a proper look through my videos that we did in the previous year. Just as a little kind of thing, a little kind of thingamajiggle. I don't know if anyone purchased the Battle for Macragge. That came up for pre-order, and I think it stops on Tuesday. Actually, it'll say here, won't it? Yeah, 2nd of January, Tuesday. I'm slightly tempted. I would like to get my hands on the scenery, basically. What would be sweet is if I could find some rascal to go halves with at least. And so I could, well, I just want the scenery. Reminds me, in your 3D printing stuff, do you have any large-scale knights or knight-themed terrain? When you mean knights, do you mean... Okay. You mean knights as in, like, horses and things like... And sort of knights in shining armor, that kind of stuff. Not as in 40k knights, which would be a bit weird in Age of Sigmar. Tempted by Macragge, it's the box you started with. I never had this box. This came out in 2004, so I was 24 at the time. I had been... I remember playing Space Wolves in... Was it 2001 or 2002-ish? And then I came back from the States in 2002. And in 2004, I was actually, when this box set came out, I was working on a film, I think. So I'd completely missed it. I completely missed this box set. I made up for it, though, a few years later and bought the Apocalypse box set. Bretonnian S Knights. I will have a look, Jammy. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't think I do. Saying that, I am on the merchant tier for Highland Miniatures. And they do have a lot of stuff. They do have a lot of, basically, they're called Gallia, or however you want to pronounce it. And they're basically Bretonnian knights. I don't know if there's any kind of scenery, though. Or large knights. I suppose... what I would like to do is, once my website's up and running, one of my main goals, really, is kind of scaling things up and down a little bit. Scaling down's okay. I'm not sure about scaling up, how that works with the pre-supports. Unfortunately. Let me just... So this is the the Battle for Macragge. And you get the scenery within it. The crashed Aquila Lander. These pylon things. You get 10. A tactical squad, basically. You get a navigator, which is exclusive to this box set as far as I know. I don't think it was available elsewhere. Then you get a bunch of horrible termagants. You get, was it 8? 7? 6? We'll get the number eventually. 6 Gene Stealers, which are evil. I don't know what these wibbly things are, and these spore mines. And I believe the cost is £90, which is a bit of an issue. I was tempted. I've already got... The problem is I've already got basically 100 of these miniatures. I painted up 50 of... I've got 10 more of these tacticals, and one more tactical squad to paint up in... Well, 2024 at some point, and then 2 assault squads and 2 devastator squads of these marines. So I think I'm actually good. I started not long after Macragge came out in 2004. It was. I was unfortunate at that point. Right then, I'd worked on a film briefly as a runner, and then I ended up working for Disney. Blech. And I was basically working my posterior off. I was drinking and partying or going to the club quite a lot. At that time, like at the beginning of the Disney time, of my life, I wasn't painting a huge amount. As I got the last few years, probably last 2 or 3 years of working for Disney, I ended up starting to get back into it. So there was a tiny little break because of, you know, partying, basically. So I'm going to smash the refresh button. No, nothing there. Terrible. Let me open up the old Discord, because I do have in my Discord, I do have the Warcom feed. What that is basically the RSS SSSSS feed, which I feed into my Discord. And is that going to work? I did a... Yes. Whether or not that link actually works, that's an entirely different thing. Getting severely overworked does hamper, yeah. What I was doing when I was working at Lion King, I was biking into work. Depending on the day, I'd either go straight to the gym or straight into work. If it's on a double show day, I'll go to the gym between shows, and basically for an hour. I'd come back via the sort of like Italian cafe and get a massive chicken sandwich, inhale that and about 3 cups of tea, then do the second show, then bike back home again, which was about 40 minutes away. Or I would go out to the club or the local bar and get absolutely smashed. It was, yeah. There wasn't really much time for painting. However, I'm very glad a friend of mine he was also talking about 40k, and we ended up going to the Games Workshop Covent Garden, which was actually about 3 minutes away from work. So we went there, and I kind of got back into painting again, thankfully, which was a good thing. Thank you, Nightbot. What is that? Stream Elements? I have no idea what that is, what that other link is. It's legit there if I put it in there. I'm really just waiting for this thing to appear. There is the miniature of the year results we can have a look at, and the year in review. But with this pre-order thing about to appear, I'm slightly hesitant to get into a massive post. However, we will have a look at the year in review very quickly. I'm not going to click these videos. So we did have... actually, you know what? This is going to take a while. I take that back. We will do the miniature of the year results quickly. Let's see if I agree with it. So there's Ionis Cryptborn. This is a geezer on a dragon thing. Enjoy the pronunciation of that, by the way. So it's this guy on a dragon. He is basically dying to be turned into a 40k chaplain, potentially. I'm sure there have been conversions, or potentially a chaos one for that matter. Number 1 will shock you. Absolutely. Then we have the Death Leaper. Honestly, this is way better than the metal one that we used to have. I say we, like I'm a died in the wool Tyranid player, which couldn't be further from the truth. But the old Death Leaper was very well, this is a lot more dynamic. I'm not entirely sure this sort of bit of skirt. I hesitate to call it a cloak, because it isn't really a cloak. Whatever this is, I'm not entirely sure about it. However, it is, and I understand, quite a large miniature. One I will indeed get, but at some point later. I was genuinely amazed it's a real underdog situation. Wait, hold on. Are we still doing hyped up YouTube channel titles, or are you actually being genuinely amazed? I've not actually looked at this yet. This is basically the first time. I really kind of like this miniature. I did try and put together a list of basically Death Leapers, the other ones, the Von Ryan Leapers. I was trying to do a stealthy Tyranid army. No, you're still doing a bit. Oh, okay. No, go for it, Jammy. Seriously, I'm absolutely all about workshopping it. And if you're all about workshopping it, smash the like button. Make sure that you've subscribed to this channel, because going into 2024, we are going to be, well, once the studio's done, which we'll get to, we're going to be getting back to painting, and my God, I can't wait. I've got so much painting I need to do. I'm concerned I've forgotten how to. When in doubt, you're doing a bit. Okay, Jamie, I will bear that in mind. Also, why is it this on Top Chat? I'm sick of Top Chat. Do you know why? This channel. What's up, Reno? How you doing? This is exactly why. I miss people. Reno, how the devil are you? This is my issue, because this channel is not massive. Defaulting to Top Chat, I don't need it. Everyone's a top chatter in where I'm concerned. You know, if I had 5 million followers and 20,000 people in chat, then yeah, defaulting to Top Chat might be an idea. But no, not here yet. Let's go over that. Add some positivity to it. Scroll down. I'm keeping an eye on the thing. So there's Vashtor. Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to Vashtor? Is anyone running him? Is he any good? When I first saw him, I was kind of tempted, obviously, because I'm tempted by a lot of GW miniatures. It's an affliction, but there we go. But I don't see or hear much of Vashtor anymore. What do you reckon, folks? Was anyone interested in it? What I kind of liked, I did like his claw, this thing, and the hammer. I thought this thing, the wing thing, was a bit weird. You know? Vashtor is aesthetically pleasing to me. Really? Did you purchase one? Early night work in the morning. Glad to catch it. Reno. Yes. Well, so going into 2024, I will repeat this multiple times, probably. I will continue doing this stream on a Sunday night at this time, basically for the Sunday preview. Now, the Horus Heresy one on Thursday, I did try it once before, but I got the time completely wrong, or whatever. I think I'll be moving that to sort of more like, I'll need to confirm the time, more like 2 o'clock on YouTube. Yeah, that stream will most likely be 2 o'clock rather than, I tried 11 o'clock last time and the article didn't come out for 3 hours, so I was sort of twiddling my thumbs. But that's okay. So yeah, so Sunday stream is going to stay the same. The Thursday one is going to get shifted back to 2 o'clock. I'm going to cross my fingers for the Horus Heresy one. So that'll be that. And then obviously the Twitch stream. Yes, I do Twitch at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger. Those streams I think are going to be mostly evenings with one afternoon stream on Thursday. Anyway. You didn't get one. I tend to steer clear of the FOMO boxes, and Jamie, I'm envious of you. I'm very envious of you. I wish I could have that self-control. The mini is lovely. And let me just say, we just had as much fun over here on Twitch. Well, we do try and have as much fun as possible, yes. It's been a very strange time. Streaming again, generally. I streamed for basically almost 4 years. And sort of took a gap of almost a year. And coming back into it, I've forgotten a lot. And also forgotten how to set stuff up. Now, I do have Dante. Dante, do you reckon that pronunciation will irritate people? I do have this mini. And I'm looking at this and thinking, this paint job looks like a Darren paint scheme. Paint job. Very lovely. Very lovely indeed. I have this one. Built it. Not painted it. I mean, that is the correct pronunciation. I only do the correct pronunciation at all times. And I see the Sunday preview thing has appeared. So we'll click onto that in just a second. We'll just continue this article. Talia Vedra, or Vedra. On first time I saw this miniature, I wasn't sure if I liked it. I am tempted. I do have an Age of Sigmar, Cities of Sigmar, mostly Free Guild army. So I could talk myself into getting this miniature at some point. It is like quite a nice, it is nice. I like lots of potential for some fun on painting this. This one we could talk ourselves into this one. This miniature I need to get, the Harbinger of Decay. I need to get this one desperately. I'm just trying not to buy too many miniatures because I'm not painting at the moment. I'm just building. This is probably one of my favorite miniatures of 2023. Then we have the Norn Emissary. I said I wanted to get one of these, and I didn't get it. It's a massive mini. That I've just not purchased yet. I'm not like truly into the Cursed Tyranids. They're okay. I'm very glad they got a range refresh though. That was something which needed to happen. You need to look at more Sigmar. Yeah. Well, I'll be looking at the Fantasy Warhammer Old World next year. I will be printing quite a bit of stuff. I do have the merchant tier to print and sell basically Bretonnian Knights, or similar ones, similar Free Guild or Empire, Goblins, Undead, Orcs, who knows what else. You're going very Jean Blanche. So I'll grab a Harbinger of Decay at some point. Reminds me I need to paint my Norn. But I'm on the AOS hype train at the minute. Don't have a full army for that yet. Well, I completely understand, Jammy. I mean, I think I could see myself getting one of these at some point, but I'm not in a rush. I've still got the Screamer Killer and the Psychophage to paint, and I'm really just waiting to get my airbrush back before I paint these larger miniatures because it makes life a lot easier. So I will be doing 2 tutorials on those, or not necessarily tutorials like watch me paint this in a mediocre fashion. But not yet. We need the studio finished. Commander Farsight. I almost purchased this one. I think I will at some point, but not yet. I came really close. Honestly, it's this one is one I really need to get. Commander Farsight in the future, yes, not quite now. If that makes sense. Angron. Yeah, well, I need to have a chat with someone about Angron. I almost bought that. Well, I tried to buy the Christmas box set, but it was sold out too quickly. It was a ridiculously good deal, that box set. I'm in no rush. Nids are going to be slow grow 40k project to get better at painting. Hell yeah. Age of Sigmar is for fun, artistic. Yeah, see, I'm not really into Age of Sigmar, sort of the lore and the world building and that kind of stuff. It doesn't really vibe to me in that sort of regard. Old World is slightly more my jam. Saying that, I would absolutely use Age of Sigmar as a very lovely, what would you call it? Break between painting units of 40k and Horus Heresy stuff. You know, I find there are a lot of very interesting miniatures to paint within Age of Sigmar. Just not, you know, I just can't see myself collecting huge amounts of them. So Angron, he was a big one. The first, Lionel. Yeah, I mean, this is nice and simple. Excuse me for saying that. It is nice and simple. You know, Angron's got a lot going on. A lot going on with this miniature. So I will like to paint him at some point, though. Just not yet. I'm looking at the Age of Sigmar smaller box game to play with the girlfriends. Which one's that, Reno? Now, let me see if I can open up. I've no idea what all that stuff was. The Sunday preview for the 31st of December 2023. Oh, Underworlds? I will absolutely always suggest people who are sort of new to Age of Sigmar, I always suggest Underworlds, like the little war bands. I think they're fantastic to paint. I absolutely love painting them. Yeah. I've got a bunch of them. So here we go. Prepare to enter the world of legend. Welcome to the end of 2023. With a new year just over the horizon, it's time to look at the first miniatures, books, and more that you'll be able to pre-order in the future, albeit the very near future, specifically the 6th of January. Paradoxically, you'll be returning to the past in the world of legend as Warhammer the Old World arrives with banners flying and horns blowing. Okay, I'm not going to click this video. I will link the article in the description below if you're watching this later. Do not worry. So, Warhammer the Old World. If you're starting your journey into the Old World from scratch, the two immense starter sets are your best jumping on point. We are still on, hold on. Yes, we are on the right page. Thank God for that. With the exception of a battlefield and an opponent, they wouldn't fit in the box. No, they wouldn't. So, Warhammer the Old World core set, Kingdom of Bretonnia edition. 6th of January? Drat. Okay. The chivalrous knights of Bretonnia and their peasant followers march to battle in this set with 76 plastic Citadel miniatures, 75 of them returning classics, with a brand new Lord of Bretonnia on Royal Pegasus leading them, joined by the core rulebook, a reference sheet, dice, templates, measuring sticks, and a transfer sheet. I was not expecting this until, I don't know, my brain was saying March, sort of around Adepticon. I don't know why, but that's what my brain was saying. So, Bretonnia. The army, I was always caught my eye when I was reading the old White Dwarf magazines back in the good old days. In the early 90s, absolutely loved looking at the armies. And here it is. I could potentially get on board with this. This is it's so tempting. Like individual knights with like their own sort of jazzy garb. Oof. Okay, so this is, I know they've split this box into two basically. So this is incredibly tempting. We got 2 blocks of knights. We got 2 blocks of guard. We got some peasant, I think, bowmen. And we got some geezers on some flying horsey things. And a Royal Pegasus. I wish my painting studio was up and running. I would be doing so many watch me paint this videos. Maybe in the future. Let's scroll down. What do you reckon, chat? Are you who's tempted by the Bretonnians? Or are you tempted by the Tomb Kings of Khemri edition? Sweet. Sweet skellies. Okay then. If your tastes run more toward the desert sands and endless ranks of skeletal warriors, check out the Tomb Kings of Khemri box set, which contains the same game aids, minus the transfers, alongside 93 plastic Citadel miniatures. 2 of which are new, a Tomb Prince and a Lich Priest riding a huge Necrolith Bone Dragon. Already have an army on square bases from years past ready to take the battlefield. You want to grab the new rules separately. Okay, so you get the old Bony Boys. You get the Bony Boys as a second box set. So you get, oh my god, 10. Sorry, I don't know. I'm saying 10. What do I really mean? 20 spear people, another 20, 10 archers. You get a bunch of, what's that, 10 horses, more archers, horse-mounted archers, or archers on horses. Is that, did I say that correctly? 3, 1, 2, 3, chariots, the bone dragon, and this new geezer as well. This is not good. This is not good, friends. Tomb Kings and Orcs and Goblins will be hard to ignore. The latter, more for the former. Yes, it's a bad time. It's a bad time. The thing is, I can 3D print a lot of these. I think I'm definitely going to be purchasing one of them. I just have to decide on which one it is going to be. Because back in the good old days, late 90s, mid 90s, I did technically start an undead army, which is why I have the best version of Nagash there is. Not the horrible New Age of Sigmar one, the proper metal legend one. You got a bunch of Black Orcs? Oh, lovely. Get on it. An army with a core of 30 Black Orcs, that'd be sweet. I would love to see it. So yeah. So that's the other box set, which is, these are the 2 release ones. The other ones we haven't really seen. I imagine they'll be getting, you know, some love as well. So let's scroll down to here. Oh, hello, Betty. Warhammer, the Old World Rulebook, Forces of Fantasy, and Ravening Hordes. These are all books. You started every army under the sun. You finished none of them. That's the spirit, Jammy. That's the spirit. This trio of hardback tomes are the ideal way to bring your armies back to battlefields of the old world. The rulebook's 352 pages are packed with the lore about the world of legend and all the rules for the game, from maneuvering your blocks of troops and fighting in vicious combat to harnessing the winds of magic and linking your battles into epic campaigns. Forces of Fantasy, meanwhile, contains army lists for those on the side of good, the Dwarven Mountain Holds, the Empire of Man, the Kingdom of Bretonia, Wood Elf Realms, and the High Elf Realms. Each has profiles for every unit in the army, plus special rules for that faction. Unique spells, magic items, and more, alongside showcases of beautifully painted Citadel miniatures. Curses. Ravening Hordes does the same job for the monstrous forces of evil, covering the Orc and Goblin tribes, the Warriors of Chaos, the Beastmen, Brayherds, and the Tomb Kings of Khemri. Ooh, this is going to be painful. All right. So my Age of Sigmar, Cities of Sigmar army is basically the Empire. They're just on round bases. So the question is, do I rebase? Do I rebase them for this? Oh, temptation is massive. The Arcane Journal, Kingdom of Bretonia. Devotees of the Lady of the Lake can supplement the Grand Army list in Forces of Fantasy with Arcane Journal, Kingdom of Bretonia. This paperback volume delves further into the background of the Land of Chivalry, as well as adding a plethora of new rules content, including 3 heroes of legend and 2 armies of infamy based around Errantry Crusades and Exiled Knights, and giving you more ways to play with your Bretonian collection. Alongside the Arcane Journal, you'll be able to pre-order a range of Bretonian models in plastic, metal, and forgeworld resin. Metal? Come on now. Come on now. Not going to lie, the Heresy rules melted my brain, and that was based on old 40k, so I don't think I'll play Old World. Yeah. The thing is, chance of me playing anytime soon, very, very minimal. Very minimal. I actually have a Games Workshop store sort of less than 10 minutes away, though, via the old legs. So there is a potential to play at some point. Here's the thing you wanted. Enjoy all these extra supplements you'll need to play. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Saying that, I mean, Heresy. I've got a lot of Imperial Fists to paint, and I'm going to have some Death Guard to paint as well soon, so that'll be fun. And then, obviously, all the 40k stuff. But my plan for the old world... I've already vaguely got in mind, is to basically do my knights, my Empire knights, based off the the founding sort of people of Mordheim, which I believe Knights of the Raven or Knights of the Crow. I'm when I'm googling it, I'm getting answers like both. It's very confusing, so I need to really find out which one it is. Yeah, it's honestly, Jamie, it's the first time in probably since 2008 when I was living in Brighton that I've had a Games Workshop remotely close to me. So I'm very happy about this. Very lucky. You need to get a bus. Yeah. Well, I'm very lucky. Like it's like 3 or 5 streets away. Right, so plastic, metal, and forgeworld resin. Scroll down. The battle standard bearer on Royal Pegasus. Hello, you saucy rascal. The most noble of Bretonnian paladins are given the mighty honour of carrying their liege's banner into battle. Those of purest heart can do so from the back of a mighty Royal Pegasus, ensuring that their lord's colours can be seen across the battlefield. The plastic kit allows you to build just such a champion of the lady. Now, if I don't buy the Bretonnian box set, chances of me buying this miniature quite high. I hate it, but I hate that I'm tempted by it, is what I mean. I like this miniature a lot. It's one thing I'll be insisting on when I eventually move. Yeah, Jamie. It's like it definitely makes things a hell of a lot easier having one within what I'm calling striking distance. You know, rather than having to rely on deliveries all the time. It's and also, you know, one can socialize there a little bit. You know, that crazy thing, socializing. What else do we have? We have Pegasus Knights right here. That's what they were. I knew that. The bravest of Bretonnian knights take to the skies on the back of majestic winged steeds, swooping down on their foes with lances poised to strike. This classic plastic kit builds 3 Pegasus Knights. So they did look a bit older. I was concerned for a second that they might be metal with the horrible metal wings. I'm still having to deal with the metal wings of the old Lord of Change. There was a massive seam, like the casting was absolutely horrendous, and there was a great big seam down the middle of a wing. Drive me around the bend. So there are the knights. We've got the Grail Knights and Grail Knight Command. Hello there. The Grail Knight kit contains 3 metal Grail Knights with plastic horses, enough for a small unit. The Grail Knights Command Group gives you a champion, musician, and banner to lead your heroes. Now, what I would say is, once my 3D printing shop is up and running, folks, come to gloriousminiatures.com and I will hook you up with some sweet resin printed Bretonnian Knights of all varieties. I just need to locate a place to get the bases from. Currently, that's my major concern right now. Battle Pilgrims and the Grail Reliquae. I like these ones. Wherever Grail Knight travel, they are followed by bands of dedicated pilgrims who worship them as living avatars of the lady. When the knights go to war, so do these battle pilgrims. When a Grail Knight falls in battle, the pilgrims venerate their corpse, carrying it aloft to spur all who see it to the heights of valor. And if that would... okay, whatever. The Battle Pilgrim kit consists of 12 metal battle pilgrims with 9 different models, 3 of which are included twice. The Grail Reliquae kit contains 7 metal models, 6 battle pilgrims, and their thingamajiggle itself. Additional battle pilgrims can be added to this unit to help defend the Reliquae. Doobie Firkins. I do like this one though. Sort of, it's like a pantomime horse going on at the moment, holding the head up there. Yeah, I do like that one. We've got the Mounted Yeoman and Mounted Yeoman Command. Yeomen have reached one of the highest ranks to which a Bretonnian peasant can aspire. Trusted servants, head gaolers, militia sergeants who are even granted the right to ride to war on sturdy Draft horses. They're tasked with scouting ahead of the main force and guarding the inglorious flanks. Okay, then. So those are the yeomen. The mounted yeoman kit comprises 5 metal models on plastic horses. The mounted yeoman command kit includes 3 metal models, a warden, a standard bearer, and a musician on plastic horses. Reliquary. How was I pronouncing it? How was I butchering that name? Reliquary. I knew that. But the thing is, I've not seen it spelt like that before. Like, I've not seen it spelled like that before. So that was my excuse. But thank you for correcting me on that. So I don't look like a complete muppet. Okay, what else? We have... Oh, the Handmaiden of the Lady. Bretonnian armies are often joined in battle by Handmaidens of the Lady, fey enchantresses whose powerful magic can turn the tide of war. This miniature is in forgeworld resin, can be used as a damsel or prophetess, and includes options for head and both hands. That's pretty... I do like this very, very pale green. It is very lovely. It's the French. Well, that explains everything. Yeah, I think I've only seen the English spelling. And yeah, so that's my thing I've learned today. So she'll be in resin, of course. Battle standard bearer on foot and mounted. 1 paladin in any Bretonnian crusade will be given the honor of carrying the army's battle standard. The 2 models in this set are forgeworld resin, but of course, and allow you to have your battle standard bearer on foot to inspire the peasantry, or mounted on horseback to ride with your knights. Those are pretty... Are these new miniatures? They look new. I know they're in forgeworld resin, but they look like they're new miniatures rather than old. Questing Knight Paladin with Great Weapon? Hell yes. When a knight's Grail quest leads them to cross paths with their fellow knights, they will eagerly join the battle, searching for any sign that the foe can lead them closer to their goal. This forgeworld resin model is one such questing knight, perfect to use as a paladin with the questing vow. You can choose between bare and helmeted heads for this storied hero. I like this one. The forgeworld ones are new. Yeah. I was thinking that was new. Like, it didn't quite have that old vibe to it. Unlike the yeoman. So we got the Kingdom of Bretonnia, reference cards, and dice. If I don't get the Kingdom of Bretonnia box set, I might just get these. Maybe. Bretonnian armies will be full of magic items and knightly virtues, and the best way to keep them in, straight in battle is with this handy set of 36 reference cards covering all the unique magic items, spells, and knightly virtues from Forces of Fantasy. You can also get a set of 18 metallic silver swirl dice with the iconic fleur-de-lis, replacing the 6. Perfect for gaining the lady's favour, which also includes similarly coloured scatter and artillery dice. So I might get that, and I think what the plan is, I might 3D print my entire Bretonnian army and purchase the Tomb Kings of Khemri instead. I think that might be the plan. I think the only Oldhammer thing that Forgeworld doesn't sell anymore is the trebuchet. I have the trebuchet to print. I will be selling the trebuchet, folks. If you need to get your sweet hands on a trebuchet, let me just say, I will be selling one. I'll try and bring it up when I remember. But we got the Arcane Journal, Tomb Kings of Khemri. Expand your Tomb Kings of Khemri army beyond ravening hordes with this paperback Arcane Journal, featuring rules for magic items and 3 heroes of the dead, including the iconic first Tomb King, Cetra the Imperishable. You can also theme your army around 2 armies of infamy, the Nerkaran Royal Hosts of the Mortuary, or the Mortuary Cult, each with its own unique units, which have full profiles in the book. You'll also learn more about the Tomb Kings, their history, and the sinister land of the dead from which they hail. All right. That is all pretty jazzy. Let's have a scroll down. Got the Tomb Guards. A Neherkaren's Monarch's elite guard would be buried with them, returning to unlife when they did as Tomb Guard. This box set contains 20 classic plastic Tomb Guard with options for hand weapons or halberds, as well as enough parts to build tomb captains, standard bearers, or musicians for each of your units. So these are the blinged up members of this army with sort of carrion crow things. It's my boy! We got the Sepulchral Stalkers. Oh, didn't they get... Oh, wait, they got geezers surfing them. Huh. They got some geezers surfing them. This is fantastic. Okay, okay, the plan is, I think, I might get the Tomb Kings, and I might get 1 or 2 miniatures for the Bretonnians, but I think the Tomb Kings might be leading them. Might be the main purchase. Unless GW want to sponsor this channel and send me something, then I will never say never. Never say no, basically. They're not Necropolis Knights. I do like these surfing ones. They're pretty snazzy. And what are these? These are... They got arms. Huh. Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. Oh god, I saw that. Created to protect the borders of Neherkara, Sepulchral Stalkers are terrifying constructs that lurk beneath the sands and emerge to kill those who would threaten the restful dead. This plastic kit builds 3 Sepulchral Stalkers and can alternatively be built as Necropolis Knights, elite warriors who ride snake-like necro serpents. They are very jazzy. Ugh. Now, the Necro Sphinx is here. The Necro Sphinx is a bizarre and terrifying construct, an amalgamation of mythical beasts that stalk the Neherkaran underworlds. This plastic kit lets you add 1 of these horrors to your army and drag your enemies screaming into death. You decided to do Cetra? We might get Cetra. I've not scrolled down that far yet. But my gosh, it's this miniature returning in plastic. This was... I guess people on eBay who've yet to sell theirs are either incredibly happy or just screaming that they didn't sell it earlier for ridiculous cost. Optional assembly is the Kemrian War Sphinx. If you prefer, you can build the kit as a Kemrian War Sphinx, a gigantic leonine construct with Tomb Guard riding upon its back. The kit also comes with a Tomb King who can be mounted atop a War Sphinx or go to battle on foot. There we go. Very nice. So the car zooming around. We got Cetra the Imperishable. There we go. Jammy. Cetra's back. That is an old-looking kit. As a mortal king of Neherkara, Cetra founded the mortuary cults, obsessed with gaining eternal life. When he awoke to a half-life of a mummified monstrosity, he saw that all the living would feel his wrath. This metal and plastic kit builds a Cetra atop his chariot, perfect for leading your skeletal hordes to eternal victory. It is your boy. It is your boy indeed. Those skeletons, I look at those and think, I remember building those skeleton horses when I purchased a few undead for my undead army back in the late 90s, in fact. You just remember him giving the Chaos Gods the finger during the end times? Well, curses. Those horses, I think, could probably definitely be due an upgrade. They're definitely interesting. I remember when I was painting the skeletons initially, I was just dry brushing them. I was painting them, whatever it was, not with Shabty Bone, Bleach Bone, I think it was. Then they got a chestnut ink wash. So I just got the chestnut ink and just slapped it on there like a wash. And this was an ink. And then dry brushed over it, and they looked not great. Cetra bows to no one. They're goofy and you love them. So I take it you'll be getting one of these, Jammy. Unless you still got him. Yeah, I mean, I can totally imagine getting one. The Lich Priest? The Leash priests of the mortuary cult hold secrets to unlife, and on the battlefield they support the undying legions with incantations that bring unearthly vigor to skeletal bodies or blast foes with deathly energies. This metal model can be used in your army as a mortuary priest or high priest. Okay then. Very good. Okay, and now we see Ushabti. Hello? These ones, I like these ones with the arrows, with the bows. Oh, Betty. Okay, so carved into the likeness of Nekara's gods of old, Ushabti guard the massive tomb complexes of Nekara, seeming to be no more than immobile statues until their lieges are threatened. These two metal kits each build 3 Ushabti. You can choose between Ushabti with ritual blades, perfect for hacking enemies apart in melee, or Ushabti with great bows who pick off foes from afar. You'll pick Cetra up. Any of the old stuff I wanted, but don't have any more will be getting purchased. Hell yes. Hell yes. I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is the perfect time for me to suggest people would like to save money. Do check out Element Games. Is it going to work? Is the bot going to wake up and do the command? There it is. There is my affiliate link. So I do earn a tiny bit of commission if people make a purchase via that link, but it certainly doesn't increase the price on your side. It just helps me out a little bit if people choose to do that. So, we have the Tomb King. The monarchs of Nekara lead their deathly hordes to war. Vengeful spirits trapped in mummified corpses. They channel their will into pushing their troops forward and sating their eternal hatred on the living who defile their ruined kingdoms. This forgeworld resin Tomb King model is armed with 2 hand weapons and makes a great leader for a unit of skeleton warriors or tomb guard. Please remind me in February. I'll be buying a ton of... Okay. I will attempt to remember that, Jammy. Yes, indeed. It really is a help. Like, like if you get people make a purchase anyway, using an affiliate link is a massive help for a lovely creator like myself and many other lovely creators out there as well. They've got the Battle Standard Bearer. Hello, look at that majestic thing. When their current monarch leads their undead armies to war, they march beneath the shadow of their ancient banner, carried by a royal herald, who is also the monarch's sworn protector on the battlefield. It's an interesting weapon he's got there. This new kit builds a 1 royal herald with a flail, cast in sweet forgeworld resin. We've got tomb swarms. Ooh. Oh, hello. Gross. When the monarchs and priests of Nekara channel their magic to raise the armies of the dead, the many creatures that once inhabited tomb complexes are restored alongside them. These scorpions, scarabs, and other poisonous beasts form deadly swarms that can overwhelm the unwary. This new kit builds 3 tomb swarms in forgeworld resin to use in your Tomb Kings of Khemri army. I am... is this an old kit? It's forgeworld? I've never seen this before. So this is just like a swirling mass of little bitey monsters. Charming. You buy most things from Element anyway. May as well give you a kickback. Yeah, well, thank you very much. It is genuinely a great help, especially like going into this 2024. And once the studio's finished, I will be basically doing as much as I can, like painting wise, etc. And so sometimes that means painting stuff that I might not otherwise purchase. And affiliate link, like the money that those generate, is a great way for me to sort of purchase those things. Yeah, it is a new sculpt. Fabulous. It does look new. It looks certainly a lot cleaner than other stuff that I've seen. That looks quite fun to paint though. Lots of scarabs and beetles and things and dead bits of skeleton. We got the Tomb Kings of Khemri reference cards and dice. Keep track of your magic items and spells in the heat of battle with a set of 36 reference cards containing all the rules for the Tomb King's artifacts and incantations from Ravening Hordes. While you're at it, enhance your rolls with a set of 20 bone-coloured dice with dark red etching. The 18 D6s have a Tomb King symbol replacing the 6 and are joined by a scatter dice and an artillery dice. Very important. Speaking of dice, I am tempted to get some custom dice made with my logo, which you can see below. Although I think it might be without the words. It might just be the sort of skull with the painting, with the brushes in its hands. I'm tempted to get some matte black dice and then go with either sort of not quite fluorescent but a very bright magenta or a very bright orange with a matte black sort of dice body, I guess. So that's what I'm tempted to do. I don't know if there's really huge amounts of interest in that, but it's definitely a thing I've got in my mind. What else do we have? We got the Warhammer The Old World dice set, Law of Magic reference cards, common magic item reference cards, and card sleeves. Well, of course, if you want to keep your dice in theme for the world of legend, but don't command Bretonnian or Tombs Kings, the Warhammer Old World dice set is for you. Crafted with the pearlescent blue swirl and gold ink, they have the iconic hammer Galmaras in place of 6 on the 18 D6s. The set also includes a scatter dice and artillery dice. The 2 Warhammer Old World reference card packs give you an easy way to keep track of your common magic items, usable by any army in the game, and spell laws as you play. The common magic items set includes 56 cards, and the Laws of Magic set has 56 cards covering 8 laws of magic. You can also protect your cards with a set of 50 sleeves featuring the Warhammer The Old World logo on the backs. Okay, that is a lot of extra stuff, potentially. Very important you purchase them. Bases and modular movement trays. Okay, then. So, 25mm square bases. Did they not have 20mm bases at one point? Or am I hallucinating? So 25mm, 30mm, 40mm, 50. 25. Okay, I'm glad we're finally getting some base sizes down, because I'm going to need that for printing the stuff that I sell over on gloriousminiatures.com. Once the studio's built, that version of the website will be going live, hopefully. So now I know what size bases to get, which will be fun. Warhammer The Old World uses square and rectangular bases, many of them larger than those used for previous iterations of the game of Fantasy Battle. If you want to rebase your venerable forces for the new Old World, you'll want to pick up some of these sets. There are 11 packs to choose from, with every variation of base you could need, from 25mm squares for infantry all the way up to 100 by 150mm rectangles for the very largest of monsters. Moving ranks. Ranked units around is much easier with movement trays, and the modular movement tray set allows you to build them to fit your units. It includes 200 by 200 sheets and various pieces of edging ready to be cut and glued to suit your needs. That's definitely going to be useful for, moving ranked people around. I'm getting this. I'm getting it. The Old World map of the Old World. Plan your campaigns of conquest with this stunning map of the Old World, measuring an immense meter by 89 centimeters. That's a whole meter in length, and printed on heavyweight poster paper. It showcases the locations and factions of the Old World. Now, I will be doing this. I will be getting this because now, where is sweet Mordheim? Is it around here somewhere? Down. I think it's around about here. My geography of the old world is terrible. Anyway, it'll be better once I purchase this map. Warhammer the Old World Celebration Day. On Saturday, the 20th of January, the day Warhammer the Old World hits the store shelves. Okay, so it'll be a 2-week pre-order window. Warhammer World is hosting a day of celebration. Immerse yourself in the world of legend with demo games, the chance to paint a Knight of the Realm on foot, a jousting minigame based on a classic, I remember that one, from a 1990s issue of White Dwarf, and much, much more. It's free to enter, and there will be an optional ticket to take part in a hobby challenge on the day. Find out more on the Warhammer World Facebook page and get your hobby challenge tickets here. Well, I don't think I'll be doing that, although I am tempted. So we have some made-to-order Warhammer 40,000 launching 6th of January. So, okay then. I'm glad I see an Iron Warrior geezer. The archives are opening up for a brief period in January, and a range of classic Warhammer 40,000 miniature models will be available to order. 2 Necron Overlords, one with a Staff of Light, the other with a Resurrection Orb. We'll be joined by a classic Cryptek, as well as an upgrade kit to turn a plastic destroyer into a Destroyer Lord. All 4 of these kits are resin. All 4 of these kits are resin, as is Huron Blackheart. The opportunistic Chaos Space Marine Master of the Red Corsairs. If you're more into machines and metal, Iron Warriors Warsmith will be an excellent Chaos Lord or Exalted Champion. That's a great thing. It'd also be a great thing to be used in Horus Heresy. Hello? What do we got here? Oh no. Oh no. I came up with a list using a bunch of these for Imperial Fists. Son of a bee sting. A host of resin miniatures originally released by Forgeworld will also be available on made-to-order. Space Marine commanders can add a range of resin heroes to their armies, including Huron, Chapter Master of the Astral Claws from before he fled into the Maelstrom. You'll also find, enjoy the pronunciation here, Severin Loth of the Red Scorpions, along with his honor guard, not pictured, and more Red Scorpions in the Regents of the Orden Rift, comprising Kasan Sabius and Sirai Karagon, complete with a diorama base. The Land Speeder Tempest, meanwhile, will add some fast firepower to any Space Marine collection. That is tempting. I'm going to avoid trying to purchase this, though. I don't know how, this is just going to be in for Legends games, isn't it? Can't believe they brought back the coolest Chaos Lord in bloody resin. They could have done him in metal, but they've chosen resin just to spite you, and I shan't think... Jammy, they literally thought, how are we going to spite Jammy this year? Going into 2024, how are we going to start his year off in pain and misery? Huron... This geezer? With his massive claw? That is Huron, right? My knowledge is pretty miserable, actually. I need to increase the knowledge. I do like this geezer right here, though. Yeah. I thought it was. I was just double checking. Anyway, all these items will be available from 6th of January to made to order, delivered within 180 days. We also got the Necron Overlords can enhance their forces with some seriously heavy firepower in the form of Necron Sentry Pylon, armed with a terrifying death ray, as well as a set of singularity generators, a weapon option for the Cerebtech Heavy Construct. Well, I'm trying not to be tempted by this, because I do technically own some Necrons. Is this the green plastic of doom? I think it is. I think it's the green plastic of doom. The bloke with the flame is... Oh, is it? Yeah, because I noticed the name. I was like, Huron? Huron. Okay. All right, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, then. So, we got Lord of the Lance, Special Edition, Hardback, ebook, MP3. Immerse yourself in the lore of Warhammer the Old World with the first new novel in that setting since 2016. Written by Graham McNeil, author of the Legend of Sigmar series, and many more tales set in a world of legend, Lord of the Lance follows the Bretonnian crusade to rescue a noble prince held captive in the land of the dead. Two rival knights form an uneasy alliance to save him, but can honor and duty overcome their enmity as they face untold horrors? You can find out in hardback, ebook, and or MP3 formats. Temptation. And we have Lord of the Lance in a saucy book as well. For true children of Bretonnia, there's also a stunning special edition of Lords of the Lance, which features a bespoke cover bedecked in foil, along with colour pages inside featuring the art from the standard collection and a full colour map. Each copy is signed by the author and numbered from an edition of 1500 and includes new material in the form of an introduction by Graham McNeil and an appendix. The Journal of Ibradus Votarum. Okay then. I will not be wrestling with people over that one. Luft Huron, essentially turned traitor because of a clerical error. A clerical error that got out of hand. Oops. You got the End Times Fall of the Empires with the worst version of Nagash. While the world of legend lives on, it's a good time to see how it all ends. The End Times Fall of Empires includes the first two novels in the epic End Times saga, Return of Nagash and the Fall of Altdorf, alongside the prequel novella Sigmar's Blood, and a trio of short stories that showcase the beginning of the end. This mighty tome is available in paperback and ebook editions. Now, this is one I might get. Yeah, I'm tempted by this one. Temptation. Blightslayer. Gotrek Gurnison, a hero who once bestrode the world of legend, now lives on in the mortal realms. And in this latest adventure by Richard Strachan, he finds himself in a realm of life, where a new companion and a deadly threat complicate his life. Released earlier in the year in hardback, this thrilling tale is now coming to paperback. Reminds me of how badass those Sigmar Time of Legend books are. I've not read any of them. I read one book. It's called Black Shields, I think, which was from, the good old days. And I absolutely loved that book and blitzed through it far too quickly. Funnily enough, I've got the Nagash, I think trilogy on audiobook at the moment. I've only listened to one of them thus far. Got White Dwarf 496. Oh, Vanguard deployed. Strike Team Solarian arrives for combat patrol. So that's finally going to get your hands on suppressors again via the Combat Patrol box set. Your monthly dose of new Warhammer content is coming with 144 pages of full-on hobby articles for you to devour. This month's highlights include new rules for Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol, Warhammer Quest, Cursed City, and siege battles in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Siege battles, hello, I like that. Alongside the epic culmination of the Slide Crown Sundering campaign. The card section includes the scenarios of the month, plus data cards for using your Vanguard Space Marines in your Combat Patrol games. I like it. We don't really do Warhammer Plus stuff. Maybe if and when this channel gets monetized to a certain extent, then I will look into getting Warhammer Plus, and we can delve into that a little bit more. But as for the moment, it's just an expenditure I just can't reach to at the moment, unfortunately. Which is absolutely fine. Now, let me just say, so that was that. That was Warhammer Sunday preview. The Old World is being released. There's a 2-week pre-order window before it's been dropped. So, temptations are very high. I think personally for me, I might be getting the Tomb Kings. Might be getting the Tomb Kings. I don't know. We'll have to see. In fact, let me just change to my face. I'm not used to that at all. Let me go to something very quickly. They're really good books, and you just shows you just how much of a cool person Sigmar was. Sorry, that's a YouTube. And before he becomes a god, I will endeavor to actually plow on and read them. Am I going to be able to log in? I tried logging into this place. Okay, so let me just go to my library of 3D prints, which is absolutely stacked. What is that? Go away. It's an awful, awful thing. Where is creators? Highland Miniatures, where are you? So, what is this awful thing? There's like a... I'm going to have to... Okay, that solved it. Ugh. Right. Let's just actually have... I'm just loading up this very quickly. Let's look at the Eternal Dynasties, and I will look at those. They do have Swamp Goblins and Galia. Okay, so let me look at this one again. Hello? All right. So, basically, once my 3D printers are up and running, I'll be selling all of these. These ones in grey are the latest ones which have been sort of done. These older ones are from the good old day. Like, when were these done? A while ago. The owner of Highland Miniatures is basically redoing a bunch of them, because I think he's wanting to sort of snazzy them up a little bit. So I will be able to sell, for example, Knights on Pegasus and things like that. I will be selling the Trebuchet. Okay. I have this miniature here as well on a Pegasus. So I will be able to sell the Galia stuff. Bretonian. All right. I will be selling that. Can you change this? I can change it a smidgen up and down, yeah, without worrying too much. I think they're currently kind of 32 mil, but I can scale them down, I think, to about 88%, 89%, and it's still good. Yeah. Now I know you were kind of keen on scenery. That's straight out of Monty Python. I know you were kind of keen on something a bit larger for sort of scenery. I'm very happy to try. I will do some test prints, like enlarging the scale of these things, but I don't know. Like, I basically don't have time to go and re-support everything. Also, because I'm absolutely terrible at it. That's something I really need to improve in 2024, is the supporting of miniatures. I can only really sell stuff which is pre-supported because I'm terrible. Actual dudes. Okay, I mean, honestly, I think these ones, these kind of look like statues. I can imagine these as a statue if I can scale these up, like just straight away off the top of my head. It depends what they look like when they're scaled, like the quality of the detail when they're scaled up. It's one of those things. Anyway, I'll be very happy to try out. And then we've got the Tomb Kings. These are basically what we're going to get in the new box set. So these ones right here. We got some geezers on horses. We got archers, and there's a tiny bit of scenery as well. I was under the impression there was slightly more. And then this is my own. This is what I'll be just printing out. So there'll be lots of sweet, sweet Empire. I can't wait. Look at the size of this beast. They're going to be statues anyway, so fine. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay. Well, Jamie, like as soon as I'm basically back to printing, I'm very, very happy to try these things out. This thing is absolutely ginormous. This It's an absolute beast of a I've forgotten its name now. Steam wagon. An absolute beast of one. And then there is a bit of scenery here as well. These are the older ones. They are slightly more well, I like them. Anyway, so I will be selling those. I'll be selling many things though. Did we I don't know if we really have time. It's 7:05. So let's have a look at my channel for 2023. Now, so basically this time last year, I was packing my house up, my old house, or packing all my stuff up. And then I moved into my grandmother's old house where everything was put into storage. And I've been sort of doing these article videos all of 2023. There's 89 views. And then they started to sort of pick up. Like, I've been getting some pretty good, like, some, you know, I don't know, in the scheme of YouTube, small amounts of views, but we have been getting some decent viewership. The numbers have been going up as we progress. What I really need to do is go through this and figure out which ones do the best. These are all basically article videos. There's no painting videos. Which is very obvious as I'm looking at this. It's Khemri versus Bretonia. Unboxing videos seem to do better than the article videos, which makes sense to me. Although some of these article reveals do well. 563 views did pretty well for this channel, as did World Eaters Combat Patrol for some reason. Unboxing videos do pretty well. I did a sort of hobby vlog. I might get back to that as well in like at some point. What else do we have? These building videos where I actually build a miniature. They've basically do the best thus far this year. So going into 2024, I'm going to attempt to do more of those things. I'm going to continue with these two streams going into the future. I just don't know. I think we need a bit of extra stuff going on because I've got to really work on the monetization of this channel. So that requires, well, firstly, we got to get, what is it? 2,000 hours of viewership or something? Or is it 3,000? And then the next step is 4,000 hours, which is a lot of hours of viewership. But as I improve my videos, we will move back into painting hopefully and scenery making. Then I hope things will really start to pick up. This year we've honestly just been kind of treading water. Channel obviously it has grown, and I'm very, very happy about that, and very, very what's the word? Appreciative to each and every one of you who have both liked, subscribed, hit the bell for notifications, all that sort of stuff. Watched the videos, commented on the videos, all that kind of stuff. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. But going into 2024, we can have I can change away from my face. Go to the chatting face. Yes. Yes, so going into 2024, I am... So the studio is basically going to be above the garage. I am going to be sectioning a bit of the garage off for all my 3D printers. And the 3D, that's basically going to be probably... This is just a guess based on absolutely nothing. 4 months from... The architect is coming next Monday. So, 4 months from basically then, I'm guessing that we might have the studio finished, which is end of April, beginning of May. Either beginning of May or the end of May is what I'm expecting. I would love it to be earlier, but the reality is I live in a conservation area, so everything has to, any kind of work on the house or its surroundings needs to get signed off. And that, takes time, up to 2 months apparently, which is not great. We will get there. Yeah. Things can only get better. This is exactly true. Like 2023 was a bit of a year for me. It wasn't ideal, but it was, a lot of things are out of my hands. But 2024 is going to be a much better year. I'm really looking forward to getting back to painting. I've been missing it a lot. Like, I have tried to do a little bit, but not nearly as much as I would like to. So 2024, we will be doing lots of painting. I've got Horus Heresy to paint. So Death Guard, I think. Probably some Sons of Horus. And the sweet, sweet Imperial Fists we got to paint up as well. Leviathan, hello. We've got my Ultramarine First Company that I need to start work on. I also need to finish my second half of the Second Company as well. And we got the Old World. And on top of that, we got Necromunda. And on top of that, I'm going to have no time to sleep. Everyone does love a fist. Yes. Well, that did come out wrong. Yes, it certainly can do. But that's okay. So I've got a lot of stuff to paint. I will be painting... Probably I'll be doing a bunch of videos on a variety of different things. I would like to get into some scenery making, either for Necromunda or my personal love, more time. I would love to get into some building old buildings. That is what I would really love to do. There's someone I'm just having a very quick look at Instagram to get their Instagram name correct, because off the top of my head, where are they? They normally post quite a lot. And every single post of theirs I absolutely love. And I always, as soon as I see it, smash like. Much like this stream. Smash the like. Is it MS Requiem? No, I don't know why I said that. MS Terrain Lab. On Instagram. Absolutely adore their stuff. And going into 2024 and then on into 2025, I would really like to be building up like a little bit of my more time town thing. Your Underworlds, AOS, Necromunda on the chopping block in 24, but who knows what the hobby will take me. This is very true. Like, I've got many things on the agenda. Who knows which ones I'll actually stick to. Some things I will be like, if something pops off on the old YouTube, then I'll be continuing down that, exploring that sort of stuff, as long as possible, making the most of it and all that kind of stuff. A lot of stuff we'll be doing purely for myself, for my own sort of reference in the future. When my memory starts to go, I'll be able to look at the video and go, oh yeah, that's how I painted that miniature. I've got the paint scheme down. Excellent. Speaking of that sort of stuff, I am just about to start overhauling my website. That can't really go live until the studio's finished, because I'm unable to sell the stuff, which is a bit of a nightmare. But saying that, I am going to have a membership only bit. Those people who subscribe to that will get a sort of percentage off the store. And hopefully I will be able to do at least one painting video just for members only, basically. And we'll work on it from there. But that's the plan. So do check out gloriousminiatures.com. I do have a blog there, which I haven't touched in probably since the end of November. But spinning into the new year, I'm going to hopefully get back to posting there. Well, that's basically... I had probably had more to say, but I've forgotten half of it. But we'll see what's what. Tomorrow is a new day and a new year. And I hope everyone has an absolutely fantastic new year. Also, do check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/gloriousbadger. I am going to be playing, I think mostly, I'm going to try 3 nights a week in one day. i.e. Thursday afternoon, after the YouTube Horus Heresy stream. I'll be playing games over on Twitch 3 nights a week, I guess, and then 1 afternoon. See how that does. Yeah, Jamie, thank you so much. It's been very strange. I'm still feel a bit weird streaming again. It's been a weird one. It's very good to see you though. What's up, Slam? How you doing? How you doing, you saucy beast? Have I right? You have, Slam. Because I've advertised these streams so well. So well. Been away to, no, it's all right. I know it's New Year. I wasn't expecting thousands. Although hashtag thousands of people should be watching these streams. What did you do for your New Year's Eve things? I got my father has appeared. So I think I'm gonna go and hang out with him very shortly. They should be here. They should absolutely be here, helping to drive up the numbers of viewership, the hours of viewership on this channel, to get that first step of monetization. Just been hanging out with my mum. Nice. What's the plan for the evening, Slam? So we're staying up to see the New Year in, watching the fireworks and having some food. Hell yes. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm about to go and join my parents. Like I did warn them. I was like, yo, I've got a very important stream to do. But the pub, the hotel, the bar is basically out of our front door, and the pub is, or the hotel, the bar, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. There is a hotel, but there is a bar as well. It's sort of 20 feet across the road. I will be going there for a drink later. Just spending time together. Thumb up. Yes. Why is thumb down the default? I don't know, because they basically want to get people to smash the downvote button when really everyone should be smashing the like button, and indeed commenting below about what was your favorite thing being released this coming pre-order window. Yeah, easy pub access is very easy. Yeah. They removed it. Is the dislike button completely gone? I genuinely don't think I've ever disliked a video on YouTube. I just don't watch the videos I don't like. You know? Like, I you know? It's very strange. You saw 98% of all the old world models aren't new. This is true. However, old Slammerino. What I am going to say is you missed me making that face for one. I will be selling. Like, I have the merchants tier for all of this sweet resin. This will be going up on my store at gloriousminiatures.com. Basically, these are all different variations, and the trebuchet, which you can't currently get. If you want to get your sweet hands on the trebuchet of doom, then you come to gloriousminiatures.com, you purchase it, and I print it and send it to you. Yeah, I've never hated something so much I'm going to dislike it. You know, do the thumbs down. I just don't watch the video. And we've also got Tomb Kings right here. The Empire. Hello, you saucy rascals. Including a very updated steam tank. I called it a steam wagon earlier. They do have. I've also got merch subs can sell all of this. So swamp goblins. Right here. If you fancy some goblins, I'll be selling these bad boys. What else? We've got oh, hello. I pressed the wrong button. Dwarves? Many dwarves. I might spin up a dwarf army as well, which would be terrible. You know? So anyway, if the old plastic from GW doesn't tickle your fancy, but the old world does tickle your fancy, then maybe coming to gloriousminiatures.com sometime in April or May, when my print shop is up and running, we'll get you sorted out. 2024's, yeah, it's I have been saying 2023 I've been treading water, and not to sort of grumble or anything like that. It's just been an unideal situation which is impossible to, you know, wriggle out of or anything like that. So 2024, I'm really looking forward to getting back to painting. Hopefully we can get lots of stuff. It's been out of your control. Yeah, it has been. It's been completely out of my control. It's been a very strange year. However, 2024 is going to be a fantastic year for each and every one of us. Isn't that right, Slam? Yes? There isn't a difference between likes and dislikes algorithmically. It just counts as engagement. That sweet, sweet engagement, which we all strive for. And all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that is true. What are your plans for 2024, Slam? Jamie's got a whole bunch of stuff to paint. Continuing on the fleshy courts. I didn't even see a message that you hid. Let me go back to my face. That's really loud. I can get rid of all of those now, which is a good thing. He's going wild with the moderation. It's okay. I didn't even see what disappeared, truth be told. Is your thesis defense? Imagine after that everything's up in the air. Slam, it's going to be absolutely magnificent. I don't even know what you have to do. Do you have to go and basically stand up for what you've written? Be like, yo, look, it's written down on the paper. It's facts. All right. You believe these other scientific journals? This is also a scientific journal. Believe it. I'm on top chat. No, I'm on live chat. I'm on live chat. For some reason, though, where is it? I forget which way. This chat is on top chat, which I hate. But like the chat I'm reading is on live chat. Get job, move on to a place with actual internet, stream a house. Get back to hobby and maybe streaming. Hell yes, Slam. Get back to some streaming. We can do some streaming together. Of the division or something. Yeah, you just discuss your thesis for 3+ hours. Do they interrogate you on every single thing? Oh, can't you just be like, yo, I thought you were clever. Can you not read? It's more of a discussion than an interrogation. That sounds riveting. That sounds absolutely exhausting. However, mostly just to make... Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Rather than paid some knowledgeable geezer with dubious morals to write it for you. Or, I say geezer. What's a woman geezer? Is a woman geezer also a geezer? Or is there a special term for that as well? It shouldn't be really a grilling, but we'll see more. Slam, you can have the grilling later at Bodine's. How about that? Chat GPT. Funnily enough, I was looking at some Chat GPT the other day. A geezer called Chat GPT. It's gonna be absolutely fine, Slam. It's gonna be absolutely fine. You're gonna crush it. You're gonna get a fancy hat. And all the good, and a sweet cape, right? That's what happens when you get those theses. It'll be sweet. And it'll be a magnificent time. The fanciest of hats, big hat, which are very important. If you've got a big hat, you know you're in business. Yeah, you do look ridiculous. Yeah, well, come on. You don't want to look serious after all of that dedication. It's like a lumpy beret. Yeah, I've seen some of the things people wear. It's very, very interesting. But it's tradition. Slam. So, you know, one has to enjoy it. And then get back to streaming and hobbying. I've got quite a few things, by the way, not to show off or anything. I've got quite a few things that I'll be adding to my store. They're not all miniatures. I've got a bunch of statues and busts that I've sort of got my sweet hands on via various Kickstarters recently. There's a couple more that have caught my eye, but I don't think I can show them off on this channel at the moment because this channel's PG. And I can't tell if all the pictures are clothed or not. But weirdly, when I was doing my Etsy store, the unclothed ones sold a lot more than the clothed miniature statues. So, you know, one has to go where the money is. Show off. I will later show off, yes. However, if you're not, I do have my Discord there. Where I'll be chatting. I do need to attempt to look at... I don't know if I'll be updating my Twitch stream and my YouTube stream layout this coming week, but I definitely next weekend I'll be looking into it. It's been driving me around the bend. I've been going round and round in circles looking at these stupid things, and it's just giving me a headache more than anything else. It basically Slam, yeah, you're not wrong. Wondered how many of those ended up in jars. Wait, what? So that's all I got to say, folks. I'm going to go and be social. I hope you all have a lovely New Year's Eve. I hope 2024 is better than 2023 was for everyone. Thank you so much for turning up, smashing the like button, subscribing so you don't miss those future live videos, checking out my Discord. I got social media. I don't know. I got to get better at it. I see that like. Legends. Thank you. Thank you so much for an awesome 2023. Let's make 2024 even more awesome. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you potentially on Twitch tomorrow. Check Discord for the new streaming times. Peace out, and various other words. Bye.